tell you what you need first. The things that you're going to need are some type of screw. I've got these. These are Deckmate screws. They came with their own little drill bit. You can see it here. I'm not sure how much these cost. They weren't that expensive, and there's a big box of those. Or you could use these. I've used these before. These are 3-inch, just wood screws. Nothing fancy, just something that's going to hold it together. You also are going to need a drill bit. So I've got here, just to get your screws started. Drill a little pilot hole. And also, of course, you're going to need some boards. And these boards I have are, let's see, they are 2x8 by 8s. And so what I've done, I went to the local home improvement store and had these cut in half for me, so I don't have to do any cutting. So I've got 2 here, just cut in half. These boards cost $6.32 each. So right at close to $13 for your wood, and maybe $3-4 for your screw. Maybe more than that. Maybe $6 for your screws. It depends on what you use. And that should be it. And then we'll talk about what you need to put in. Okay, so we're going to just lay out our boards. You can see how I've got them laid out here. Try to maximize the room inside the box. And now we're going to drill 2 pilot holes in your board in the end. Try to get it leveled up. One there. Alright. And next we're going to take the screws. And of course you're going to just do this all the way around. Alright. Okay, so we placed our raised bed, and what I've got in the bottom here is a mixture of leaves and dirt and stuff. And what you could use is black landscaping plastic. You just put that down and staple it. That'll keep a lot of weeds down, but this is a little bit cheaper. It's probably a couple inches of leaves here to kill the weeds. And you can see the dirt we're gonna, well, it's hummus and manure. Show them that bag. This is $1.58 a bag for a cubic foot. So this is going to be providing the nutrients and the soil that we'll be planting in. And what you do is just take this, make sure you break up the little clumps here, and just spread it out. And I'll let you know how many bags it takes to fill this up when we come back. So what we're going to add next, we've added the compost and hummus to our 4x4 bed. And we're going to add some vermiculite and some perlite. And one other thing that you can add, but I've added leaves, so that's going to help aeration and everything, is peat moss. You can add some of that as well. But I'm just going to add the perlite and the vermiculite. Now I got these bags, perlite, and this is vermiculite. I've had these all season long. Each one cost me about $11, so they'll last for a long time. But let's go out to the raised bed and add. We've added only 4 bags of this hummus and manure to the top of the leaves, and now we're going to add some vermiculite And you kind of just eyeball this. I don't think too much is going to hurt you. So I put a, I don't know how much this is, but it's a pretty good size. Next I'm going to add some perlite. Watch out for the cloud. Alright, let's just mix it up a little bit. And this is probably the cheapest way to do it. You could fill this with Miracle-Gro or something kind of potting soil. But I kind of do it the cheap way, and it works just as good, I think. So eventually this stuff will get worked in a lot better. I think that looks pretty good. So I'll probably add about the same amount of perlite and vermiculite, which I guess this would be maybe I don't know, 8-10 cups, maybe more than that. Anyway, not very technical, but that's what it's going to look like, and I'll let you know how much it costs. Okay, so I've written down what we paid for our supplies, and for the lumber, the 2 boards, the total was $12.64. For the bags of compost, there was 4 bags of those, $6.32. Now the variation that you're going to run into more often is going to be your perlite and your vermiculite, and if you wanted to add peat moss, you could add that as well. You can get little bags of that stuff if you want to put that stuff in it. I would suggest putting some of this in there just to break up that compost. You could also put the landscaping plastic, and this is where you're going to run into more cost here. It's not going to take much though, so it wouldn't be too bad. And then your screws too. So, you know, this stuff right here is where your variation is going to run into as far as your cost. But if you look down here, you can see that what we spent today, because we had the perlite and the vermiculite, it's only $18.96 plus tax. So around $20, and I would say if you have the supplies, if you need to purchase the supplies in small amounts, you could probably do it for around $25 for a 4x4 raised bed. That's if you're not adding some of this other stuff up here, like your landscaping plastic, and you just put leaves down. You could also put newspaper down. That would save some money too, to keep down on the weeds. So our total for the project today for us was only $18.96 plus tax, or around $20 is all we spent. And it wasn't too hard to do. That's it. Thanks for watching.